Welcome, YouTubers and Cowboys Nation. This is VA Dallas Cowboys fan coming back at you on my way home from work. I'd like to thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they could be a little therapeutic, especially after the week that the Dallas Cowboys have had last week. Oh my God. Just leading up to the first day of practice and then everything after is just mind-blowing. It's exhausting. I mean, you probably can't see it, but I have a whole list in my notepad of stuff that happened, from Sam Williams tearing his ACL to, let's see, for him, we brought in, I'll probably butcher his name, Al-Quaiden Muhammad and Shakatoni. Shakatoni's been in the league for a little while now. He was drafted by the Washington Commanders, but he had to play behind that defensive line, and he didn't really make the cut. And Muhammad has a history of off-the-field issues, which have stunted his maturity in the NFL. So, you know how the Cowboys are. If they're cheap and they got rocky past or injury history, you know more than likely we're going to freaking take it. What else happened? We had cornerback Gary Conley. I guess that's his name. Gary Conley, corner, he retired on us, but we had cut him just because he decided to retire on us anyway. Speaking of corners, we had Trayvon Diggs come off the PUP list. They'll be working him in slowly, which is a nice ramp up. Hopefully he can get himself ready to go by the time regular season starts. Speaking of that, we had picked up Kewan Hall, put in waivers for the 49ers to pick up another corner for depth. And also Kalen Carson, our fifth round draft pick this year. Had a nice camp on Saturday. He was all over the field. They're thinking he might solidify the corner 4 spot over people like Nashawn Wright and Eric Scott Jr., who we drafted last year. Apparently these corners are just not stepping up like we thought they would. But it's nice that we have our draft pick still doing something. Let's see. What else have we had? Wide receivers. We have, of course, the two Jalen's doing their thing. Brooks didn't do much yesterday, but Tolbert has been making waves. Everybody's liking him. He's done well and impressive works with Dak. So has Brooks on occasion. We also have Tyron Billy Johnson and Gavontae Turpin also getting great work in with Dak and the ones when they're out there and available. So CeeDee Lamb not being there is helping out in ways that benefits the other receivers, which is a good thing. Let's see, what else is coming up? The running back situation, apparently, of course, everybody knows Zeke is probably washed up, but Rico Dowdle is looking good in camp. But again, everybody looks good in camp until actual games start. So we'll have to take a patient approach for the wide receiver room and the running back situation. But as far as the tight ends go, it looks like our boy Schoolmaker, who's had an injury history, is having another injury problem. This time it's a growing injury. He's already had off-season shoulder surgery and a hamstring during the OTAs. So this guy is not looking that well. He hasn't made it onto the field as much as people thought when we drafted him. He's not doing much in the off-season, but getting hurt most of the time. So he's missing a lot of OTAs and training camps the last 2 seasons since we've drafted him. And speaking of other injuries, Deuce Vaughn's nursing a hamstring. Israel Mukuamu is also injured. So those two are being looked at for not getting off-season work, which is by far something they need because they're down the depth chart and they're not looking good if they can't get on the field. Let's see. What else have we had? We've signed 2 UFL wide receivers, Deontay Burnett and Kelvin Harmon. Basically, a couple more camp bodies because we can't burn out the guys that we know will probably stay on the roster. So look towards those guys to be probably predominant in the preseason so we don't get our normal guys injured. Justin Rogers, he's getting praise at being a bigger nose tackle, probably run behind Mozzie. So we have an actual run stuffer and a situational run stuffer. So you can mix and match those two and take away that the run game. Hopefully that will work. Tyler Guyton has looked good so far with the first team. He's raw, but he continues to impress, which is a good thing out of a first-round pick, especially at left tackle, coming from right tackle in college. So he's getting praise in camp. Let's see. It looks like Brock Hoffman is still having better success over Cooper Beebe at playing center, but that's to be expected because Beebe's played all positions on the line except center. He's practiced it in college, but he's never actually played it for more than just, practice reps. Let's see. And last but not least, after this list, Trey Lance, that everybody wanted over Dak Prescott, has not looked that good during training camp this offseason. He's going to get the majority of reps in preseason, as we thought he would. But from the way they say it, he's not looking any better than Cooper Rush is right now. So it's hard to imagine this guy stepping up to replace Dak at any point unless something changes. Like, I know one article, I think it's Cowboys blog, that say we need to basically turn the offense into something more comparable that Trey Lance can run. Which, okay, that's fine, but come on, dude. You've had how many years in the league and you're still not even doing well in training camps? But everybody wants him over Dak, right? Yeah, he's the cheaper option, but the boy he just can't play. I'll wait till, preseason to really dump on him if it comes to that. But for somebody who everybody, of course, wants the backups to, you got to play better. You got to practice better, especially when a cheap team like the Cowboys are looking for a cheaper option, a younger option as well at quarterback. And you're not pulling it off in training camp, you're going to need to step it up. But anyway, that's a lot of stuff that's happened in 1 week. I didn't want to take up too much of y'all time on a Sunday morning. Getting off work, I'm tired. Y'all probably tired of going through it with the Cowboys, but that's what we're here for, right? Anyway, till next time, this is VA Dallas Cowboy fan, out.